Love. What does love mean to you?
Oftentimes when people talk about love, it's always like it has to be that one between boyfriend and
And
girlfriend.
girlfriend.
Love could be as sweet as loving yourself. It could be
Exactly.
as sweet as loving your neighbor. It could
Exactly.
be as sweet as loving your colleague.
Mm-hmm.
Just people generally. It doesn't have to be romantic,
Romantic, yeah.
away from our joke. It could be platonic. It could be just an exchange of courtesy.
It is a month of love. Woo! And who doesn't love love? I love love.
I
Even
hate
though
love.
love can be annoying.
Who doesn't love me?
I'm coming to you. Don't worry. I'm coming to you. Don't worry.
That's not true, anyways.
No, you will keep to it because I was even going to say it already. Then look at me. I'm all decked up in my red attire. Moya is wearing blue. Who wears blue in the month of love?
Ooh, me. I mean, who says it has to be red?
Which buttresses
I
the
make the
It
call.
buttress your point now that you do not love love.
No, I love love. I love love. However,
I love love.
it's a night shift. No radio. Have you done night shift on the radio before? That's how they sound. Well, yeah. I don't think that one color has to indicate love. I'm one of those people who feel like when the world is going this way, you go that way.
Don't let them know your next
So
move.
next year, it
Abi.
can be pink.
Don't let them know your next move.
Yes. Thou shalt not show them where thou art going.
Amen to
You know,
that.
the funny thing is, I have a red outfit somewhere in the studio.
I
But
saw
when I
that you.
saw it-
So the thing is, I saw that you brought two shoes. So
Yeah.
I was going to ask Moyo, what's going on? Why do we have two shoes?
That was
Did you
supposed
bring
that
a
was
change of
supposed
outfit
to.
or something?
Yes, I did because I wasn't really sure how I wanted to look.
So you decided that you didn't want to
I would have worn red and you'd have been feeling yourself.
match with me.
You know,
We're supposed to keep up
because the
this
second outfit
energy.
is red.
We're supposed to keep up this energy.
Thank God I did not, because I didn't even know what you had in mind.
So you don't love me.
I don't.
Anyway, guys, on that note,
You
it did not really pay me because today's the day we're going to break up.
No,
We are
can't.
breaking
No,
up
no.
today.
Don't go there yet. My heart is pumping hard.
It's pumping hard. Is it kikum, kikum, kikum? All right, guys, welcome to YeYeTalk podcast. And
Mhm.
today we're going to be talking about love. What does love mean to you? I mean, it doesn't always have to be in the romantic sense, even though I would love to talk about love in the romantic
what's
sense.
love if it's not romantic?
There's agape love, there's
Oh,
filial
Kutishi.
love, there is which other type of love again?
There's a lot of love.
There's a lot of love.
But really, oftentimes when people talk about love, it's always like it has to be that one between boyfriend and
And
girlfriend.
girlfriend, exactly.
Especially when people talk about Valentine, they always
Mm.
feel like Valentine is everything around your husband, your boyfriend, your spouse, your this, your that. But I sincerely think that love could be as sweet as loving yourself. It could
Exactly.
be as sweet as loving your neighbor. It
Exactly.
could be as sweet as loving your colleague.
Mhm.
Just people generally. It doesn't have to be, romantic.
Romantic, yeah.
Away from our joke. It could be platonic. It could be just an exchange of courtesy, as the case is. And like my six rightly said, we're going to talk everything love today because this show is going to definitely end on a romantic note.
Are you sure it's going to end on a romantic note?
I
Moyo.
think so. But hey, away from all that coolness, what's up now? Valentine is coming. Where is your boyfriend? You are sitting alone.
Okay, so I think
Lonely.
Moyo is you're singing that song on purpose. Moyo has husband. I am Jordan.
Lonely. You are so
Hello.
lonely.
I am loved.
You are
I am
boyfriend.
loved by God.
Making it. No, you are boyfriend.
Jesus, I am loved.
No, that's
I
not
am
what I
loved by
asked you.
Yeah, I have male friends.
But
yeah.
you know that it was just driving here. I randomly remember this tomorrow.
Wait, do you know that I promise you,
Mm-hmm.
as we're talking, like
Mhm.
as we're talking about love, I'm like, yeah, Valentine is coming soon. It didn't occur to me that it was actually tomorrow.
And I'm like, how?
Like it didn't occur to me. Like,
No
I'm just
hype,
like, maybe it's like next week
nothing.
or something. The economy is economy.
Hey,
everybody.
you people, are you saying you don't have? No,
And you
people
know, if
have
the Super
money.
Eagles,
You'll be
if the
surprised.
Super Eagles had won the AFCON Cup,
Yeah,
then-
just maybe.
yeah, just maybe because a lot of people will be happy, but
But you'll be shocked tomorrow.
I
You'll
mean,
be
when they'll be
shocked.
bringing flower bouquet.
Yes.
I mean, money bouquet.
Yes,
then
you'll be shocked.
who's
You know,
giving money bouquet?
they've warned
I'm
everybody
single,
to keep whatever love note you have, keep it short. You
Yes,
have a lot of
you're not
people
the
to
first
read
person to
from.
fall in love, and you will not be the
You
last.
know, so make sure you keep it short, keep it simple,
Your
keep it
name,
on the
when you implement,
point,
and what the
and
Lord
what the
has
Lord
done
has
for
done
you
for
in
you.
1 minute.
Don't come and bother us on social media with all that love story. We do not care.
Are you sure
Actually,
you
we
don't
care.
care?
But I think that it's been quite a journey. Every time we get to this part of the year where
Mm-hmm.
people actually have to take a pause and breathe on the real essence of love. As much as we have people often see that day as a time where they have to brag about the fanciest gifts and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
I do hope that people actually reflect on why this day is what it is,
Yeah.
because away from all of the fancy things that's going to happen on Valentine's Day, I think it's also very important for humans to take a minute to think about how we treat each other.
True.
You know, because the cases of couple killing one another,
Mm.
the cases of people bullying people on social media, the cases of just human doing the wildest
You know,
things
even
would
for couples
query.
who could kill each other, I'm like,
Mm,
how did you get to the point where you began to hate someone whom you professed your love to spend the rest of your life
I
to
I
make
was
a family with that
I was
person?
just randomly on my desk yesterday, and a news popped. I think it was from Instablog, where a husband had killed. You know those ones now, the way they write their caption. Man ends it all after killing his wife.
Wife, yeah,
I
I
think he's a
saw
very
it.
rich man somewhere in Ondo State, and he had killed his wife. Cases where you feel like, okay, maybe it was a mistake, right? But from the description, the wife had several points of machetes, like he had macheted her. And then he himself probably took insecticide because they found plastic of insecticide, and then his body was in the toilet. And it just made me wonder how these things happen, how people actually outgrow love. I don't know if it's called outgrow love or grow out of love, to the
But
point
it
where.
once you, if you feel like you're not on this, like if you don't feel that way again, I'm not an advocate for every little thing just get a divorce. But
Mm,
when you reach a point where you
you
do
can't
not see a
stand each
way
other.
forward, just go your separate ways rather than hurt each
You
other
know, it's
and
it's
kill each other.
it's even crazy that that's happening between married couple. Then we want to take a walk back to just last week also, where we saw the case of two people who were supposed to be in love. They were not even married. And I happen to know this lady online. And then when the news broke, I'm like, how did she get to that point where apparently there's been story of the man beating her up, and then
Mm.
eventually it came onto social media that both of them had killed each other. How it happened, we don't even know. But it's crazy to see all of these stories pop up. And that's what I'm saying, that yes, the hype of Valentine, the hype of the flowers, the wine, the roses, the vacations, and all of that is going to plunge social media for the rest of the week
Mm-hmm.
and the weekend. But I do hope that we find time to just pause and reflect on all of these crazy things, because at the end of the day, those were also people who claim or claimed at some point to have been in love. Then
Yeah.
how did they grow out of love? And if we are going to have all those beautiful things happen on Valentine's Day, and then days after we get to see crazy stories again, it just makes you wonder, what then are we celebrating? What then are we talking about? What's the hype for at the end of the day? So basically, this is where I stand, even as we encourage all the lovey dovey stuff that's going to happen in a few hours or more, is that when you get into those uncompromising situations, how do you really handle it?
Mm.
Because again, you know what they say, love is not enough. And I've come to realize that love is not enough.
True. You're
Even
absolutely
though on
right.
the flip side, love is everything. Love is patient, love is kind, love is all. But in the practical sense of it, we make it look like love is not enough, because we don't see love as all of those things. We only see love as the feelings and the butterflies in your tummy. Meanwhile, the real and perfect description of love, when practiced in the real sense of it, is everything
Everything.
and more. So, yes, love is enough in the way it has been presented to us, especially if you are looking at it from a religious angle, or the what will Jesus do angle. But if you're looking at it from the human and practical angle, you would definitely start to poke hole
Yeah.
into the description of love as the case may be. But yes, if we come to say that love is not enough, then it means that there are some other characteristics that you do not believe are
Exactly.
embedded in love that you're probably missing out on. So when you find yourself in crazy situations like this, how do you handle it? What do you do? Who do you talk to? Especially for people who are in relationship, hung around domestic violence and all that
Mm.
stuff. Because
Mm.
again, it's okay to get carried away with all the sweet story, forgetting that there are still crazy things happening in the
Happening
world.
exactly. And still speaking on love, the flip side to actually falling in love is the potential pain or the potential heartbreak that comes if it doesn't work out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so you find that there are a lot of people right now who would probably decide that if I enter a relationship, I'm not banking on love. I just want to chop money, enjoy myself,
Uh-huh.
and move on, because when the breakfast comes, because
At least
heartbreak.
I'll know I got something out of it.
Exactly, because heartbreak can be so terrible. Heartbreak sometimes leads to depression. Heartbreak leads to sometimes you feel rejected.
Mhm.
Sometimes, and rejection is the root cause of depression. When you
Mm.
begin to feel rejected, most times it actually affects your self-confidence,
Mhm.
your self-worth, because you begin to ask yourself, was I not enough?
Mhm.
What exactly is lacking in me that made this person decide to say, what,
Let go.
let go? Then if there was a case of maybe the person was cheating, you're like, did I not do enough? It kind of like just affects your self-confidence. You begin to feel rejected. You begin to feel like maybe I'm not capable of keeping a man, or maybe I'm not capable of keeping a woman.
Mhm.
And so to avoid all of that, let's just focus on other things in the relationship outside of love.
So it gives a win-win situation.
Yeah.
Even if this is not working, I
Yeah.
know that I got this out of it.
Yeah.
I lived the baby girl life
Yeah.
or whatever it is. Yo, you girl, you deserve everything. And when I say everything, I mean everything. And again, because you're getting a part of something doesn't mean you don't deserve the whole of it.
Exactly.
And no man, and this is also on the flip side, no woman should make you feel like you're not deserving of the love that you want. No woman, no man, that's talking to both gender now, should not make you feel like you're not deserving of care or attention or appreciation or gifting or time or affection.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, humans were created to give and receive. And you should be enjoying both. Okay, you should not only be the giver, you should also be receiving, and receiving not generally on the same rate or radar or signal in which you're giving. It could be more, but again, definitely not less, because nobody is rooting for giving and not
one thing
receiving
I
as
love
much.
to do before I even go to that, I just wanted to add to what you were saying. You realize that the fact that a relationship didn't work out doesn't mean the next one or two more to come will not work out, because the truth is, you're crying over someone who rejected you,
Mhm.
or who it just did not work out. It might not be rich. Sometimes people part ways amicably.
Right.
It just didn't work out. But you also need to realize that someone in this world has you as a prayer point.
Preach, girl.
I mean, the person may not be mentioning your name because they don't know you,
Mhm.
but every attribute that comes with you, every attribute
what
that
is in
makes
their
you
prayer
who you are,
point.
is in their prayer point. So
Mm.
someone somewhere in this world
Right.
has you as a prayer point. And so
Right.
while you're crying over spilled beans
Mhm.
that you cannot get back, and it will hurt at that moment, but while you're crying over spilled beans, I think you should also be optimistic
Mhm.
about the fact that even though this did not work out,
Something is coming
something
that's
is coming
yours.
that is way better. Because
Mhm.
the silly thing about heartbreak is, at that moment, I'm talking from experience,
Is
this one, because the silly
she?
thing about heartbreak is that at that moment you
Mhm.
think you will never be able to get someone better,
Right.
until someone comes and you're like, thank God you did not work out, yo. You get, because at that point it feels like your entire world has
It's
crumbled,
crumbling.
and
Yeah.
you're praying, God, please let it work out. Let us just get back together.
Mm.
I don't think I can live the love of my
And I
life.
think
This one-
this is where we probably deviate into the story of women who are so keen on holding on to what's not working
Mhm.
because of the fear of letting go.
Yeah.
And most times, again, there is no way I want to talk about all of these things without talking about all the danger and crazy stories we've heard in a few, not even a long time, in the last few weeks, right? And sometimes we see people wanting to hold on to something that's not working because they're just really scared. They're scared that they will not be able to move on, especially for women who already have children
Mhm.
and they're thinking, how will my kids cope? I don't want them to have a broken home. And this thing is not working, especially when there's a case of basbos in
Mm.
between and you're still holding on to a situation like that. I'm all for the live and live situation. So you have to leave that particular situation so that you can live. And
Exactly.
a lot of women, I know the fear, and that's why I was asking the question earlier on. When you are in uncompromising situation, especially for both gender, how do you handle it? What do you do next? What comes to mind? Because again, some people just really hold on to those situations that they don't talk to anybody, they don't see the need to speak out, and they just stay in there until the craziest of things happen. And that's why you see situation where people are saying nobody knew they were going through that.
Mm.
Nobody knew that he was doing that to her or she was doing that to him. It's just really crazy. And that's what I'm saying, that as much as we want to love, as much as we want to feel taking care of another person or being all dovey with someone, it's okay to also let yourself come to realization that, see, if this thing is not giving what I want it to give, we rather talk about it. And if talking about it is not working, we give it some space. And if we're not able to reach our inner self in the course of that, we let it go. I think we should start talking about some of these phrases logically, because I know, again, love has a way of holding our head,
Yeah.
our mind, and making us feel like, oh, this is the end. If this is not working, that's the end of my life. But again, is it really the end of your life?
And based on what you said, I'm going to give speak from a personal experience, one of my relationships in the past, because it's easy to talk about love, and but then it's also always nice to personalize these things so that it's not like you're just talking and you don't
Mm-hmm.
understand what you're talking about. So I had my ex that year. By the way, I'm still in contact with my ex because we're friends. We're good friends,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why I said sometimes breakups are amicable. It's not every time
It gets
something. Yeah,
messy.
sometimes you guys just realize that it's not
We're
working
not, we're
out.
not meant for each
And
other.
so I remember I was in a relationship, and I mean, this guy was like literally my entire world, love of my life. And I could see that he was absolutely in love with me too.
Right.
However, there were things that he was doing that I wanted to stop. For example, he has a hard time communicating. He's more of that person that would rather handle stuff himself because he doesn't want to burden you with his problems. So the issue I was having in my relationship at that time was not someone was cheating on me or someone was doing this. It wasn't any of those major issues that people used to have in their relationship. It was more of talk to me, open you like
Open up
I
to
open up to you,
me.
because I probably have my flaws. Not probably, I definitely have my flaws. I want you to talk to me about my flaws. I also want you to talk to me, like, if there's anything you think I'm doing that doesn't that you don't appreciate, tell me about it. Let me work on it. For you, I keep telling you, you like to hold things back. It's like there's this wall that you've built up that nobody can break it. And I'm like, I feel like I'm supposed to be your safe space. I'm supposed to be your safe place. And then after I had talked and talked and talked about this thing, one day he just came and he's like, I hear everything you say, but the truth is, you deserve better than this person who is not willing to open up. And not because I don't want to open, it's not a you thing, it's just that is how I've been wired for the longest, because I
But what
realized.
about what they say that if you really love somebody, you
Yeah,
break down walls for them?
hold on. That is how because I also realized that this had nothing to do with me. Because I knew his friends, I knew his colleagues, and they used to complain about the same thing. So I knew it was not just a me thing. Like, this was peculiar
Right.
to me. This was just because this person is very friendly. He's someone you would see and you just like to be around him. He's a helper and everything. But you see this communication problem, no ni. Do you understand? Like, I would handle my thing myself. Do you get what I mean? So it's like, you just, because I can see how much it hurts you. And I'm like, but let's work on it rather than break up. I've been complaining about this for years. Now that you finally realize it, you want to break up. Let's talk about it. Let's work on it and everything. But it was like, and he asked me a question. He said, what if I'm not ready to work on it? Because that one saved day. That one saved day. He said, what if I'm not ready? Because it's not that easy, to be honest. What if I'm not ready? And then I was talking to my friend, and she said, and I was like, oh, I'm really praying to God that this relationship, we need to come back, because I don't know how I'm going to survive without this guy. Like, Chico, it was during COVID period. Like, I don't know how I'm going to survive without this guy, Lord. And then she said, sure, you will not free this guy. I said, what? She said, because if he promises you that he's going to change, every little mistake he makes regarding that area, you're going to call him out. Isn't that too much pressure on somebody?
Right.
I thought about it and I was like, you're right. Because the moment he says, you know what, let's work on it. Once he makes one small thing, like, but remember you said, and that's so much pressure, because now the person will begin to walk on eggshells with you. And guess what? Now we're friendlier than we used to be. I haven't seen him in years. Since we broke up, we've not seen each other. But we talk once in a while. And I realized that when we talk, there is this, like, there are no airs of hurt or whatever. Like, we just talk like normal friends. How you day? I'm been a while.
I think it just confirms that sometimes people are just better apart, right? As friends.
Exactly.
And not necessarily trying to force a romantic relationship
out
of every situation, because not everybody is made for you.
Exactly. And the truth is, his points were valid, my points were valid. My point of, you need to communicate with me, were valid. His point of, yes, I know I need to communicate with you, but what if I'm not ready?
Now.
What if I'm just not ready to do that?
I just feel like this old love situation is
there is
crazy.
there is no simple formula to love. There is no one formula. What works for somebody might not work for the other person.
And the truth also, again, is, as much as we talk about what's not working, when you finally find that one thing that works, it's always very beautiful. And that's one part where you just begin to tell yourself that when you finally find that one thing that works for you with another person, I hope you don't mess it up. I hope you see it for what it is and just enjoy every moment of it in and out. And I hope that you are also very keen on walking through the process, because again, love is not a walk in the park, right? It is intentional work. It is, I don't know how else to describe it. You have to be intentional.
It's beyond emotions.
You're doing the work every single day.
You have to keep choosing. Every day I choose
this
you.
person.
The next day I will choose. Because even when you do something that annoys me and I'm really annoyed, I have to remember, I chose you. Why did I choose you? Now I have to remember. And so I will have to choose you again, because it's way beyond your emotions. A lot of people think about them like, oh, it gives them butterflies in my belly. That's beautiful. Great.
Yeah,
it's
part of it.
I want to have butterflies in my belly. But when the butterflies go, what's
gonna be remaining?
Exactly. What is going to when he begins to not look as fine as he used to be when I met him, when my body begins to change, maybe because of childbirth or whatever, and I'm not looking as pretty.
Will you still choose
exactly. Will you still choose me? Will you still choose me? It's the truth. So love is not just an emotion. It actually is work. Love is an action. It's not just a feeling.
It's not just a
action.
word.
Yeah, it's an action. That's why when you were talking about patience, the Bible says love is patient, love is kind, love is long suffering, love is gentle and everything. By the time you put all of that together, you realize that it's not just a feeling. Patience is not a feeling.
Yes.
Patience is hard work. Kindness is not a feeling.
It is
kindness
work.
Is you're intentionally not just nice, you're intentionally kind, empathetic towards people. It's not a feeling. Long suffering is not a feeling. It's long suffering really means endurance. Not endurance in the sense when they are beating you will stay.
No.
Endurance in the sense that you have to be patient with somebody because they have their flaws. You also have your flaws. Basically extending grace. The same grace you would want someone to extend to you. You should be able to extend it to them. So all of these things are not. The Bible never said love is a feeling.
Mhm.
When the Bible described love and told you love is patient, kind, long suffering, enduring, is this one
Mm.
is that one.
Love is
It's work.
caring.
Oh. Love
It's a
is
lot
jet.
of
Love
work.
is jet. It's care. I say
And you
it's
know,
work. Oh. I
and you
say.
know, you know the funny thing is, at the end of the day, I think that love is harder than even your real life work or identity, because you
Yeah.
have to just put in your 100%. If there is a -1 out of the 100, you're gonna feel it. It's gonna show in how you deal with that person and what you do with that person. But basically, this is just a reminder to introspect, even in this season of love, and
Yeah.
ask yourself genuine questions about how you treat yourself first,
First
how you treat the people around you, and how you treat the love or so called love
of your life.
of your life. Because at the end of the day, what matters is being a good human first. Because when you're a good human, you're able to extend that to other people around you. And in this season of Valentine, we hope that you'll be able to make that decision to do good by yourself and for other people, because again, we need more good people in this world. I'm
Yeah.
tired of all the sad stories. I'm
Oh.
tired of all the bullying. I'm tired of all the domestic violence. I'm tired of people killing each other. I just want
It
to
is
see people who
terrible.
love genuinely one another and live by what they stand. And talking about love, I told you that this particular episode of the show is going to end on a romantic note.
Sure is romantic.
And we are about to get into that aspect of it, because it's even crazy to think about the fact that my six is doing this in a month of love. I'm sure in your wildest dream, you don't even know what I'm about to talk about. But
Can I guess?
guys,
Can I
it's
guess?
so sad. I know it's not supposed to be a sad month, but this is about to be one of the most emotional things that you'll see on the show YeYeTalk podcast in a very long time. It's been a fantastic run sitting on this couch, but now it's time to say goodbye to one of us.
I'm sorry. I've never seen Moya this emotional. I'm sorry.
Why do you do that to me? Why
I've
do
never-
you do that to all of us?
I have never seen you this emotional. Well, yeah, like Moya rightly said, this is going to be my last show on YeYeTalk podcast. This is going to be my last time sitting on this beautiful couch with Moya on YeYeTalk podcast. We brought wine to celebrate. To
Who gave you
that.
wine? Who, is
We
the-
brought
who
wine.
brought wine for
We
you?
brought
Please wrap up,
Guys?
wrap it up, then.
Wrap it up, nigga.
Wrap it up. You know,
All right,
But
guys.
really-
It's been an amazing time. I've had an amazing show, an amazing run, and y'all already know that I am Moyo met for the first time on set for the very first episode,
Yes.
and we just clicked. And I don't think I've really clicked with anyone on set. Like I clicked with Moyo, but this is where we draw the curtains. I wouldn't say all good things come to an end, but eventually everything usually comes to an end, good or
Right.
bad, right? So, and this is the end of the journey for me on YeYeTalk podcast. And
Is this the part where you cry?
no, I'm not gonna cry.
They lie, because tears in your
Are you
eye.
sure?
Yes.
Look very well.
Let it drop. Let it drop.
I'm not gonna cry. You're the one holding back tears. Right. So this is the part where I draw the curtains as a co-host on YeYeTalk podcast. But it has been an amazing time sharing our thoughts, sharing conversations with Moyo and with the rest of our audience. It has been an amazing time. I've enjoyed listening and just seeing your comments and your feedback. Our live every time we go on IG live is always a blast. Our tap tap. It is always a blast, and thank you guys for just accepting us, accepting me, and accepting the show. And moving on to other things, I hope to work with this team again, and I hope to meet some of you guys in person.
Yes, we hope to have you, have you pop in at some point again.
I'll just pop in. I'm like, guest host for today, Midday on the show, Midday on the mic.
But let me ask you, it's been a swift and sweet run. I mean, we didn't know that this would go this far, and we've had and built such a beautiful family and community so far. I know it's going to be hard calling another person my six. I don't think I'll ever say that to any other
Oh,
person.
oh my God.
Yep. But looking at it, what's been your memorable part of being here so far?
I won't even lie. You see that day when we were trying to do the promo video?
Yeah.
That day was a mess. No, it was an absolute mess because I'm not sure what happened that day, but like we were trying to run lines like by heart. We didn't practice. We just came and we're like, oh, we're doing a promo video today. So imagine running a line and the next minute you forgotten what you said, and so it was total chaos. But eventually it came out good.
So good.
Yeah, it came out so good. I can't forget that day because that was when I knew that we're
made for each
yeah,
other.
We're made for each other.
Oh, this is our love story, guys.
Yeah.
Hey, I know you have to go. I know it's sad saying goodbye as well, but I must say that you've been such a huge part of me taking this leap of faith into podcasting. You know what they say about every podcast out there feels like everybody wants to do the same thing, jump on the same thing. But with us, it's been unique. It's been different. We always speak from our hearts. We always speak from, just wanting to allow people enjoy and learn a thing or two from our conversation. It's never scripted. It's never fake with us. It's just as open and as true as they come. And that's why I say that nobody's going to ever take that spot of being my six on the show. Anyone who is going to be here has to come correct on that note.
Meaning I left big shoes to fill.
Maybe you're going to be my seven. But it's so good to have worked with you. And I'm wishing you all the very best. And
Thank
this
you.
is the point where
This is
you
the part
pop
I've
your
been
wine
waiting
by
for.
yourself.
Yeah, let me hold the cup.
I will do you the honors.
This wine should not for my hand. Okay, my hand is oily actually. I use
You're going to
oil.
try. Oh.
Okay,
Hey. And as we cheer to great things today, even in this month and season of love, this one is more, so I'm going to give it to you.
Which one is more?
You can put more for
I
yourself.
Why do you always do this?
Goodness.
Bless you.
Oh, Jesus. You will not kill me. But again, this is to greater things.
Yep.
And to continually being the Gen Z goodie that you are. And I hope that you retain that beautiful smile and all things beautiful will find you in the season of love and even beyond, because I cannot wait to wear the ashrabi.
Ooh, I cannot. I'm not doing ashrabi for my wedding, but yeah.
Well, one more. I shall come and eat rice. Wishing you all the best on this journey.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Oh my God.
Guys, so that's about it. I told you it's going to be a romantic end, and I hope that I delivered. Hold on first. Yeah, I hope that we delivered on that, because again, I'm about to be without half of my rib. Ooh. But I hope that as we journey on the YeYeTalk YeYeTalk podcast,
yeah.
I do hope that we, continue to deliver the best and nothing but the best to you.
And to say the truth and nothing but the truth.
Oh God, really cool. I'll be going to your house. Oh my goodness, guys. We have to go. Have a fantastic Valentine, and make sure you continue to remain good, show love, true and genuine love, and of course, if you see something, say something.
Not every time. It's every time you talk your mind, child. Sometimes keep it inside. If it's not good, keep it inside, my dear. Keep it inside. And on that note, this is the last time you experience my rashness on this show.
Oh God. And this is the last time I will stop hearing that you trying to sing. Okay. Maybe not. I'll miss that one.
Goodbye is the saddest word I'll ever hear. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Don't forget to follow us on YeYeTalk __ podcast on Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, AR Bureau. Now you see that bell notification there. It is actually functional. Turn it on. It is very, very functional. So turn it on to get notified whenever we put up any episode.
Right.
All right, guys. It has been an amazing run. Thank you all for having me. My name is Mide, your ever smiling, ever glowing, favorite spring diva. Woo!
Guys, one thing you're going to do for us right now is go stream all the episode with Mide on it. Mide and I, of course, because that would be a perfect way to
Yeah.
say your goodbyes to Mide on the show. Till next time when I come your way.